For decades, Matt Drudge is one of the most influential figures in conservative journalism. His self-titled Drudge Report broke news and set priorities in digital media. Republican presidential candidates made wooing the famously secretive Drudge a high priority. And for several of them, including Donald Trump, it paid off big. But if you've seen the Drudge Report recently, you know that it has changed dramatically, 180 degrees. Matt Drudge is now firmly a man of the progressive left. At times, his site is indistinguishable from the Daily Beast or any other woke propaganda outlet posing as a news company. So many of Drudge's longtime readers have fled to Revolver News, which has begun to fill the void he has left. But the question remains, what happened to Matt Drudge? It's a very interesting story, and tonight we're joined by one of the very few people who might be able to tell it. Matthew Leshak is Matt Drudge's biographer. He's a longtime reporter. He's the author of the book, The Drudge Revolution. It is set for release next week. He joins us tonight. Matt, thanks so much for coming on. So you have done what reporters talked about for 20 years doing, which is write the definitive biography of Matt Drudge. So you're in a position to at least guess, why has Drudge changed so dramatically, do you think?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Tucker. I think one of the mistakes a lot of people have when they're trying to analyze Matt Drudge is they try looking at him straight through a political sphere. The reality is his history shown that his loyalty isn't to any political party or ideas. It's to his website. For example, I have this great part of my book where in 2008, Andrew Breitbart at the time is the editor of the Drudge Report. And he comes absolutely convinced that Matt is trying to steer the coverage in a favorable way to then Senator Barack Obama. So he at some point contacts Matt and says, what's up? And Matt responds by telling him, a Barack Obama presidency might be terrible for the country, but it sure would be great for my website. And, to a large extent, Matt was right, because I can't think of more than a handful of people who did better under the Obama presidency than Matt Drudge. His net wealth has been estimated at over $100 million. So, I hear all this chatter about why Matt has shifted his political stance, and I think it's just Matt Drudge being Matt Drudge, and he's more working about his bottom line than anything else. And whether this calculation works out is up to debate.
Yes, it's a remarkable change. So there were reports, and I think you chronicled this in your book, that earlier in this administration, Drudge had become close to the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Are they still close, do you know? Oh, unfortunately, we have lost the shot from Matthew Leshak, unfortunately. But it's a really interesting book, and it's a very interesting story. What happened to Matt Drudge?